I've given up, and now I'm on the floor. Hey friends, it's Kay. Welcome back to my channel. And today I am filming my on-brand late March TBR. Not gonna lie, very ambitious considering I've already had spring break, so I have like no more time than normal to read, and yet I still have this. So yeah, my March TBR is kind of all over the place. I have romance, contemporary, historical, and dash of thriller vibes. So I'm super excited to share with you guys this TBR because it was a surprise to me too, because two of these books are from the library that I just walked in and said, I need to read you. We all have those moments, so you know what I mean. But you know what? No more chit chat and let's just jump right into it. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of split this TBR up the tiniest bit into what was already on my March TBR that I planned like in January, like a few months back, of things I knew I wanted to read this month, and surprises that jumped their way onto this TBR for one reason or another. So let's get into that. So first up, we have this chunker. At least I started it over spring break. It's fine. No, so we have here the conclusion to the These Violent Delights duology by Chloe Gong, the icon herself. And in case you have not heard the pitch for this, These Violent Delights are about the heirs of two rival gangs in 1920s Shanghai with a fantasy twist of there's a monster killing people in the city. What more could you want? And I have started this book. I started it because I ended up stuck in the Tampa airport for 9 hours. And I wasn't even going on a trip, so the fact that I was stuck there for 9 hours was just sad on every front. But at least I got to read 6 chapters of this massive chunker. But yeah, I'm super excited. My friend Maddie is going to be jumping for joy because she finished this duology before me, even though I'm the one that introduced her to it. And that's just how life goes. Yeah, let's get real here. The reason I put it off so long is because I'm terrified for who's gonna die at the end, because it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling. You know someone's dying. But the question is, will it be Roma and Juliet? Stay tuned to find out. Just kidding, that's a major spoiler, so please don't tell me. Number 2 on this list. Now, I want to preface this with, I actually like the cover. Too bad there's a man on it. Not just any man, a shirtless man. Why do we have to have this? Because other than this man right here, like I love that. I love this cover. So yeah, covering him. But you see, she has her yellow dress and the blue ribbon and the apple and the foresty background. So you can already tell what retelling this is. Maybe I could just put a shirt on him. This was an absolute cover TBR ad because why am I blanking on people's names? I saw these covers on Twitter and I added them to my TBR immediately because gorgeous covers plus fairy tale retellings means what more could I possibly want? So it is a Snow White retelling on top of it being bodyguard trope, which is an underrated favorite of mine, in case you don't know that. I love that trope so much, and I'm super excited for this. The preface of the book is that Helena is going to be forced into like an arranged marriage, that kind of thing, but she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to do it. So what's her solution when her family ships her off to get married? Find someone else to do it. Honestly, what a queen, what a queen. Her solution is she's going to track down someone else, literally anyone else, to fill her shoes and marry this dude she doesn't want to marry. So she's gonna just go track him down. Now, Q2, shirtless guy here. What's his name? Declan? Maybe Declan. He's known as the Huntsman. Very clever, very clever. And his last bodyguard gig ended up with him being thrown in jail for false accusations. Intrigued by that one. And he's like done with this. He's tired. He doesn't want to do this. But now he's being charged to escort her for safe travel and that kind of thing. You can guess what happens, but I'm really excited. The covers are gorgeous, which means I'm gonna have fun anyway. Yeah, all I need is a shirt for him, but I'm really excited about this. It's been a while since I've had a kind of thriller-esque vibe. It's not like a true thriller, but I think the vibes are there. And that is Bright Burning Stars. Now first, can we just take a moment to appreciate this cover? Like, I'm in love. I'm in love with this cover. I feel like this is gonna be what Tiny Pretty Things I wanted it to give me. I think this one is going to deliver the vibes I wanted from that book without annoying me too badly. So here we have two best friends who have grown up and trained in the Paris Opera Ballet School, and I don't even think you have to be in dance to know that's a big deal. But things turn kind of heated when the body of a dancer is found in the dormitories before their senior year. So now, with this body turning up, the two girls are now finding themselves asking, what will they do to join the Corps de Ballet? Because there's only one spot available, and who's it going to be? And they're going to see how far they will go to claim this spot as their own. And I'm just gonna kind of read this part of it because honestly, I'm really excited. So Bright Stars is a stunning story about girls at their physical and emotional extremes, the gutting power of first love, and what it means to fight for your dreams. And honestly, I'm just super excited. And of course, the author is what sold this book for me because she's a ballerina and this is her debut novel. So she actually trained in Paris in ballet. That is like the coolest thing ever. So I'm now even more excited for this because I knew that when I got this. I knew that's why I wanted to read it. But now that I've remembered, I'm so excited because stunning cover and an author who has the background of the setting. Like, what more could I ask for? So I'm super excited, and I'm really hoping this would be a fast read too. So maybe I can get to it sooner rather than later this month. But yeah, I cannot wait to tell you guys my thoughts on this one. And now for the arc that I did mean to read in February. What you gonna do? You've had to expect it. But yeah, Love from Scratch is still on the table because this comes out the first week of April. I have to read it. I have got to get this in because I hate when I have arcs from NetGalley and then I don't review them because I don't want the A to look bad on me, but B, I like being able to give feedback. So yeah, I kind of want to have it before April. I want to read it because this sounds so good and I'm really excited about this. And the author seems so sweet. So yeah, honestly, I'm blanking on the summary right now and my phone's filming so I can't exactly pull it up. But it's one of the niche subgenres of romance where it's baking, cooking, romances, and I'm really excited about that. But I think I described this more in my February TBR, so I'll link that down below if that's true, and even if it's not, I'm still probably gonna link it. But yeah, this cover is just really cute as well, so I always love that. This has got to get done this month. I'm gonna be really mad at myself if it's not, because I really want to read it, and I have the event copy, so what's stopping me? And now going into the more hopeful side of this TBR. Two of these, like I said, I walked into the library and I left with them because I read the descriptions and they just caught out to me at a time I really needed them to. So that's how that is. But first I'm going to show you the book. I did not plan on being on this TBR, but super surprising twist. The author is coming to my bookstore that I absolutely love here in my college town, and she's gonna be there in an in-person event, and I've never gotten to go to one of those before. So it's at the end of the month, literally the end of the month. It's March 31st, so I have got until then to read The Lost Apothecary, and this was part of my January TBR. So, two birds with one stone reading this. I get to meet the amazing Sarah Penner, and I get to check it off my TBR so it doesn't go on overflow, because love that. I really do need to start a TBR game of some sorts where, like, I don't know, there's so many games here from so many creative creators. But I really want to add my own twist to it because I have so many like overflow books, so I kind of want to like do something with it. So maybe over the summer I'll get inspiration for that. So yeah, I'm going to definitely keep that in the back of my mind. If you guys have ideas for what kind of TBR game you'd be interested in seeing, let me know, because I think I really want to do that as a way to like give myself the extra initiative to finish books on my TBR, you know what I mean? Cool. Anyway, so yes, this is a dual timeline set in historical fiction about an apothecary that sells poisons to women who want to escape their husbands. And we're following a woman in modern day who has been cheated on by her husband when she finds an old apothecary bottle in the river. And it is now linking her back to a centuries-old murder that has never been solved. And I'm just super excited about this. The atmosphere sounds amazing. The cover is gorgeous. So I hope beyond hope I get to it this month. And now I need to give you guys some background on this one. I'm in a Middle Eastern history class, and we have, well, if you know anything about the Middle East, you know the Ottoman Empire is like a pretty big part of it. So we just kind of got through that major central point, and I found Empire of Lies while in my library. And this is essentially a reimagined history where the Ottoman Empire had dominated control across Europe and the world. So we have a dual timeline in this. One of them is Istanbul in 1683, when the Sultan of the Ottoman Empire at the time, whose name I'm not going to butcher on my channel because that's just rude, but the Sultan of the time is getting ready to siege a war on Vienna when all of a sudden a stranger appears in his room, naked, covered in strange tattoos, and saying he has information that will change the future as the Sultan knows it. And now jump to Paris in 2017, where Ottoman flags have been hanging over the Eiffel Tower ever since it had defeated Paris in the war, and the Ottoman Empire pretty much has just control over the world, all of Europe at this point. So in this Paris timeline, we are following a member of the Sultan's secret police, and he is in charge of like surveillance and that kind of thing. And some things just don't always sit right with him. And then one day, a mysterious stranger, naked, covered with strange tattoos, shows up and gives him vital information that can change everything. So now that this strange tattooed individual has shown up, he's called in to investigate it. But with this stranger, the stranger will reveal secrets of the Sultan's past and the empire's past as a whole, and that information can't get out. So now this man and his sister-in-law, who is a human rights lawyer, are now in a race, an investigation across the empire and time itself to right some wrongs of history. And this is said to be the best what-if thriller in a long time, and this just sounds so good to me, and I've never heard anyone talk about it, so I really am excited to dive into this. And I'm always here for reimagined history thrillers, if you will, so I'm super excited to try this one. And now, last but not least on this TBR, we can all thank Book of the Month, because one of their March picks that I personally selected was The Cartographers, and this author, Pink Shepherd, had another book out that is also like really highly praised, and that is The Book of M, and there's deckled edges and everything. So the book was on my radar, so I didn't know what it was about. But once I saw this and I read the description, I knew I had to read it immediately. So in this world, one day a man in India loses his shadow, and with it, his memories. And then from there, this whole phenomenon continues. And with people who have this affliction, when their memories go, they also get heightened powers, but at the cost of hurting, killing everyone they've ever loved. And we are going to follow this husband-wife duo, who the wife loses her shadow one day and realizes that as soon as the memories go, she will be a danger to her husband, so she runs away. But her husband is not going to let her go so easily, and the two of them go on two separate adventures that tie into this mysterious phenomenon that has swept the nation. And it sounds so good. I'm really excited to read this. It sounds absolutely amazing, and I just can't wait to get to it. So that is it for my March TBR. Let me know in the comments what you guys are planning on reading in March, what you have read in March already. If any of these books are on your own TBR, or if you have read any of them, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to chat with all of you. And if you want to see more of me, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you want to find me elsewhere, my social medias are going to be linked below. Until next time, I'm Kay. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!